Made it.
Spot that you're, yeah, you on fire, did 100 days, something that you can't ignore. All these songs are more, slaying is a chore. Everybody, it's your girl Tati or Mialka, and I am back with another video. So hopefully this video is dropping on New Year's Eve, and I am wishing you guys a happy new year. And let me know down below what your New Year's goals are. Like, I want to know what you're doing so I can hold you accountable, because I'm not playing with you. Speaking of turning on new leaves, I wanted to talk about TikTok's newest trend, the retired crash out. So crash out has been a new term that has been coming out recently in the past couple of months, and essentially what a crash out is kind of anybody who, you know, they're standing on business. They don't care who, what, when, where, why. The business is going to be stood on. Okay. And so these are people who literally will have a outburst. It typically involves, you know, physical altercations. Crash outs are actually not even we've all grown up in situations where we saw a fight break out, you know, we're like, ooh, they fighting. For me personally, I went to middle school in the hood, you know, thank God I wasn't fighting, but I saw some fights. I saw some questionable fights. I saw some televised fights, you know, we were on the news a couple times, but it is what it is, you know. But we've also seen it also through the media. A lot of the most popular example is the Bad Girls Club. That really brought that element of altercations into that show and into the mainstream space. But there's so many other shows like, so this retired crash out trend is looking at girls who, you know, were about that life. You know, they were fighting, they were acting out, but it's not even just fighting. It's, you know, we're going to see some of the crazy crash outs and really taking it down to the business and really being violent and physical. And so a lot of people felt kind of indifferent about this trend. Some people kind of felt like, you know, it glorifies violence, it glorifies, you know, negativity because clearly they're crashing out. Some people find it entertaining. Some people are laughing about it because it's like, that's crazy. And I will let you guys know what I think, but let's react to some of these crash outs. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. Oh, oh. Okay, not her chasing somebody with it. Okay, all right. Ooh. Purple hair, okay. Ooh. Look at the way she go. That's what she do, cause she knows she go. Ooh. Okay, I like that this video was a little bit different with the crash out. So it was showing like kind of like a lower time. So I like that they showed that that's also an idea of crashing out. Ooh. Ooh. It's the police handling everybody for me. Okay. Ooh, she said she never retired. Ooh. I hope it was no man that made her break a window. I hope it wasn't a man that made you break that window. I don't know, when people break like the window, like I could never, I don't know if a man could make me like, for me, my style is like, it's never that deep. I got a new body. What did Nikki say? I need a new body. Oh, I need some new, you know, so to me, if you're making me feel that way, I'm just gonna move forward. Like, I just can't, like, it just takes too much time. I hope it wasn't no man that made her do that. She still look like she crashed out. Ooh. 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 You slashed his tires? You slashed his windows? I don't get that though. I don't. Can somebody put it down in the comments? Like, how do you get so mad that you need to break the car? And I hope it wasn't over no damn cheating. I hope it was not over cheating. I hope in my spirit that it was not over cheating. Real quick, before I go into this video, I just want to say, you that's watching this video, you not liking, you not subscribing, you not commenting, you not helping me out. What's up with that? Because now I want to fight. I'm about to crash out. So if you know what's good for you, please like, comment, and sub. Or else, we're going to have to lean with it, right with it, lean with it, right with it, lean. I think the retired crash out trend, some people have said that they think that, it's like crazy, like y'all was really out here glorifying it. But honestly, if you want to talk about people glorifying it, I feel like the media glorifies crash outs all the time. When a new celebrity having a scandal, like look at Krishan and Blueface, when they was doing stuff, that was crash out, crash out, crash out, crash out. That was the number one news headline. And everybody was eating and everybody was seeing that if they crash out, they're gonna get it. Anybody else, Cardi B crashing out is gonna make news. So crash outs are so glorified in today's mainstream culture. Like crash outs, everybody is trying to, get their moment because it's exciting, it's violence, it gets us excited. And we will be lying if we'd say we're not looking for, if we see that somebody fought or we saw that somebody was going off, we're not going to tune in. We'd be lying. You're capping. If you gonna see some people going at it and you don't tune in, if you see some people arguing, you're gonna turn around and be like, you want the tea, you know. But as we know, crash outs can go far. It's not just a little 1-2 pop, 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 pop. It's not just that. Sometimes it's actually, people losing their lives. And I don't think it's something that we need to glorify. But one thing I do respect about this trend, and yes, I'm going to say I respect something, is I like the fact that people are showing their growth. Because I think a lot of the times when we come on this internet, we like to act like, oh, it's everybody else that's wrong. And we're the ones that are like, you know, I know that even I feel like all of us have had our crash out. It might not have been, as extreme as some of these cases, but I do know that we've all had our time. I know I had a time where I was not in my self-love and I was, I think my crash outs, they had to do with just being in like toxic relationships or toxic situationships or whatever it is. Like that was kind of a crash out in my sense, because, you're not putting yourself at the highest esteem. You're not thinking, you're not looking out. And I think that we all have had those times where we weren't at our best. And I think that a lot of times on social media and in life in general, everyone is wanting to put on their best. Everyone tries to act like their ish don't stink, but everyone's ish stinks. And I think that it's important for us. I think what I like about this trend is you see the growth in people. I mean, some of the people, they say they're still the same, but for some of the people, you can tell like, sometimes you see people polished, refined, don't do this, don't do that, but you don't know what they came from. And that's why I don't always like to, when I see somebody doing really well in life or moving in a certain way that I want to, and I'm like, how are they doing this? Or why does everything good happen to them? Or why not me? You have to think about where people are coming from. A lot of people have really traumatic backstories, and not to say that that's an excuse, but that's some of the rationale as to why when they're younger, you don't know how to channel those emotions. You don't know how to manage those emotions. And so what you end up doing is you end up crashing out. You end up not being able to control your anger, control your feelings, communicate well, sometimes you feel like you're not being heard. Sometimes these things are done as a cry for attention because you felt like you're not getting attention, or something that somebody does invalidates that deep-rooted feelings that you feel. And I'm not saying that, that makes it okay, but you can kind of see and acknowledge that and grow from it. So I think that it's important, to see where you've come from. Some of these girls, they're looking back, they're like, I used to fight, I used to be here, and now I don't do that no more. And I think that sometimes that's stuff that we can learn from. And so actually I'm okay with the trend. I actually, some of it's like, okay, yeah, but it's good to see how people have now grown and elevated from their phase. So as we think about the new year, what have been your crash outs? What are the things that you have been doing that have really caused you self-destruction? What are the strongholds that are you want to grow from? So you may not be doing the retired crash. You might not be doing the retired crash out trend, but you would be retiring from something. And it's really good to sometimes see yourself years ago and things that you were going through years ago and seeing yourself now. And maybe your now is the hard time, but to see yourself in the future and work towards those goals and seeing that inspiration that other people are able to turn their life around and reform their lives around and aside to a better and higher vibration, that's going to also help you. So I think that this trend was actually a really cool one. And I think that anyone who thinks that it's like anything but the sort, like glorifying violence, I don't think so. I think it's a trend that really shows that, people have changed, at least some of them. So let me know what you guys think about the retired crash out trends. Let me know if you used to be a crash out and how you changed and how you want to help people and how did you feel about the topic. I'm your girl Twadeyor. Welcome to 2025 if you're watching this in 2025, and I will catch you guys in the next one.